In May 2026, the 11th Parliament passed the Income Tax Amendment Bill 2026 and the Excise Duty Amendment Bill 2026 respectively. These were part of the tax bills to generate the revenue for the financial year 2026-2027. However, few weeks into the financial year, the President has returned the bills for reconsideration.
I have received a letter from the President.
President Yoweri Museveni has guided on the withholding tax given to winnings from land-based casinos, contrary to what the 11th Parliament passed.
The exemption creates opportunities for tax avoidance and revenue leakage. By removing an entire category of gaming winnings from withholding tax, the amendment creates incentives for transactions to be structured through land-based casinos in order to obtain a tax advantage not available to other gaming operators. In addition, the amendment creates an unjustified distinction between land-based casinos and operators conducting substantially similar gaming activities through online platforms.
The Minister of Finance proposed amendment to the Excise Duty Amendment Act to cover most single-use plastics, which are a major source of environmental pollution. The justification was to discourage the use of non-essential and single-use plastics by increasing the cost of these products and encourage more sustainable alternatives. However, the President is in contrary to the tax increase of $70 to $1,500 per ton.
The proposed increase is substantial and is likely to impose significant cost pressures on manufacturers engaged in the production and the use of single-use plastics. It may adversely affect production, investment, and employment within the sector. In addition, viable alternatives to plastic packaging are not yet readily available in Uganda. I, therefore, consider that the matter requires further study before the proposed increase is implemented.
The Parliamentary Committee on Finance, Planning and Economic Development will sit and reconsider the bills as returned by the President.
The rules require that you handle the returned bill to the extent of the concerns by the President. So you either say, I agree or disagree, but you don't go into other matters. They are specifically handled. So if we say income tax, we are not going to reopen. It is only to the extent to which the President has formed his conclusions.
We shall bring the new members to speed on the report. We shall actually spend the first 30 minutes or so, bring them on the issues that were raised by the stakeholders, issues raised particularly by Minister of Finance then when the bills were being processed, so that they appreciate. And then we shall also read for them the concerns raised by the President on the two bills, that the income tax as well as the excise duty. And then together we shall move on as one.
Daniel Mugoya, UBC News.
To answer your issues by that.
No, Minister,